Mary's prophecy about the end of the world is coming true right before our very eyes. You need to know this because it's literally happening right now, and it's a little scary how accurate this is. I'll give you that exact prophecy in just a second, but first I have to tell you where this prophecy comes from because it's just as incredible. This is a church-approved Marian apparition that took place at the end of the 16th century in Quito, Ecuador. The Virgin Mary appeared multiple times to a nun named Sister Mariana de Jesus, and her case for canonization is now open. Mary here appeared under the title of Our Lady of Good Success. This was investigated by the local bishop and found to be supernatural. Now, this is where things start to get miraculous. Our Lady asked Mother Mariana to have a statue made for her. She said, quote, "With this statue, I will favor not only my convent, but also the people of Quito and all the people throughout the centuries." A sculptor named Francisco de Castillo was appointed to make this statue. He worked for free because of his devotion to the Blessed Virgin Mary, but one night, after he'd finished his work and left the statue incomplete, he came back the next morning and found that it was done. He was so taken aback by this that he refused to touch it anymore, and even has a written sworn testimony that he did not complete that statue. And that statue still sits in Quito, Ecuador today, over 400 years later. So now let's take a look at the incredibly precise, detailed, and accurate prophecies that Our Lady of Good Success gave. These are so accurate, they actually give me goosebumps every time I read them. Here's the first prophecy. On December 8th, 1634, 3 archangels appeared to Mother Mariana alongside the Queen of Heaven. Gabriel was carrying a ciborium filled with hosts, and Our Lady said, quote, "Infallibility will be declared a dogma of faith by the same Pope chosen to proclaim the dogma of the mystery of my Immaculate Conception. He will be persecuted and imprisoned in the Vatican through the usurpation of the pontifical states and through the malice, envy, and avarice of an earthly monarch." Did you just hear that? In 1634, Our Lady predicted that a single pope would declare both papal infallibility and the Immaculate Conception as dogma. That pope was Blessed Pius IX. He proclaimed the Immaculate Conception in 1854 and papal infallibility in 1870. And Our Lady of Good Success even said that the pope would become a prisoner in the Vatican. And that's exactly what happened. In 1870, Italian national forces basically seized the Vatican, and Pius IX refused to accept that seizure, and so he called himself a, quote, prisoner in the Vatican. So there's one more prophecy that's already been fulfilled, and then I'm going to show you the one that pertains to our day and age right now. It's happening. I want to show you that these other prophecies have already been fulfilled because that lends credibility to what I'm about to show you, because it's pretty incredible. This second prophecy is even more specific than the first. Our Lady of Good Success said this, quote, "A truly Catholic president will come in the 19th century, a man of character, to whom our Lord God will give the palm of martyrdom in the plaza where this convent of mine is. He will consecrate the Republic to the divine heart of my blessed Son. This consecration will uphold the Catholic religion in the subsequent years, which will be tragic for the Church." That man was Gabriel Garcia Moreno, the president of Ecuador. He was a devout Catholic and consecrated Ecuador to the Sacred Heart of Jesus in 1873. And regarding the martyrdom, here's what actually happened. On August 6, 1875, he was about to begin his third term as president. That morning, he went to Mass, and as he was exiting, he was ambushed by 4 Freemasons who were using machetes and revolvers. But he did not die immediately. Priests carried him into the cathedral, and at the foot of the statue of Our Lady of Sorrows, he received his last rites, and these are his last words: "Dios no muere," which means God does not die. Pope Pius IX ordered a requiem mass to be said for him and called him a, quote, martyr for the faith. So listen to the details of this prophecy. There would be a Catholic president who would consecrate the nation to the Sacred Heart of Jesus, who would be martyred in the square where the convent was. All of that took place right here. There are many other miraculous things that surround Our Lady of Good Success, but it's time for us to look at what affects us now, here, and today. Some of these prophecies are coming true right now. I'm going to give you a few of these, and then I'm going to get to the most important thing that you need to hear from this entire video. Our Lady of Good Success says the sacrament of matrimony will be thoroughly attacked and profaned, and iniquitous laws aimed at extinguishing this sacrament will be made, making it easy for everyone to live in sin. She says that people will scorn the Eucharist and scorn the priesthood and neglect the education of children so that childish innocence shall hardly be found. So that sounds exactly like today, but here is the core prophecy, the most important one that you absolutely have to know about that's coming true right now. Here's the first part. Our Lady of Good Success said that after the middle of the 20th century, unbridled passions will give way to a total corruption of customs because Satan will reign, targeting children in particular to ensure general corruption. But what's even more incredible is she says this: the enemies of the church will focus principally on the children in order to sustain this general corruption. Woe to the children of these times. And now it's time for me to reveal to you the exact prophecy that's coming true today. Mary says, quote, "Having taken possession of all social classes, the enemies of the church will have such subtlety to introduce itself in the domestic homes, such that perverting children, the devil will glory in feeding on the exquisite delicacy of children's hearts. In those fateful times, childish innocence will hardly be found." So think about what Mary just prophesied. After 1950, Satan will begin to rule, he'll target the morals of children, and he'll attack from inside the home. Here's how this prophecy is coming true today. In 1950, about 9% of Americans owned a TV. In 1960, approximately 90% of Americans owned a TV. Satan is attacking our morals and our children, and he's doing it from inside our homes through our TVs and smartphones. But there's one more prophecy I haven't told you about yet that's going to fill you with so much hope. Our Lady of Good Success promised Mother Mariana that when everything seems lost, that will be her hour. She says, quote, "This will mark the arrival of my hour. In a marvelous way will dethrone the proud and cursed Satan, trampling him under my feet and fettering him in the infernal abyss." And this is where we are today. We're right on the tipping point of a total cultural revolution. And in case that wasn't enough to convince you, listen to what Our Lady of Fatima revealed to Sister Lucia. Quote, "The final battle between the Lord and the kingdom of Satan will be about marriage and the family. Don't be afraid," she added, because, quote, "whoever works for the sanctity of marriage and the family will always be fought against and opposed in every way, because this is the decisive battle. Nevertheless, Our Lady has already crushed his head. Even though the enemy may seem powerful, victory is promised." And this brings me to the point of this entire video. Mother Teresa once called the television Satan's tabernacle because there's so much filth on it. And it's time for us as Catholics to take that back for ourselves and for our children. That's why I'm doing something a little bit crazy. I'm working with Trinity Studios, an authentically Catholic studio, to produce a 24-part 3D animated series of the Bible called The Coming of the Messiah. The animation that they're producing is absolutely stunning, but on top of that, they have a board of priests and theologians that are going through, vetting everything, and making sure every single frame aligns with our Catholic faith. This is how we're going to start to reclaim the culture. This is how Our Lady's going to win this final battle over marriage and the family, by filling the hearts and the minds of our children with something beautiful. So if you're interested in helping Our Lady to win the final battle over marriage and the family, then please pray for this project. And if you're able to, please consider supporting by clicking the link in the description. We absolutely need this. We need good Catholic content for our children. If this is something you're interested in, then please click on the link in the description to learn more and consider supporting us. We'd appreciate it a ton. Thank you. And if you want to see a video how Pope Leo just fulfilled another 100-year-old prophecy, then click on this video next. God bless.